Hi everyone. There was a new strategy found recently to skip phase 1 of the Mithrix fight. This tech was found by Zinc, and there's a great video by Cap explaining how it works, which will be linked in the description, but there are a few things I figured out while testing that I felt are important. My first discovery is the fact that when Engineer's stationary turret is placed correctly on top of Mithrix to skip phase 1, it also works for phase 3. I did this in this video by using commands to kill all of phase 2 since it isn't viable in most runs. Keeping the turret alive is possible, but is only realistic with super specific items, and I don't see it happening outside of a command or looped run. And if a turret can do it, I figured that characters could too if you time it right. So first is a more general setup shown on Commando using a feather. This is the easiest and most convenient way to do it, as all it takes is lining yourself up and double jumping at the right time. If you land on Mithrix early enough, you can go the whole third phase without him attacking you. This is also possible when using abilities to gain height, shown here with Bandit's utility because it's very similar to a feather and easy to get the skip with. Finally, I'll show off a whole run through the first 3 phases of Mithrix as Huntress while I talk about viability a little. Doing this strategy phase 3 is a lot trickier than doing it phase 1 for several reasons. First off, it requires you to be in the center of the arena at the end of phase 2, which can be tricky especially on weaker runs because the cover the pillars provide is super important. Though typically once all the wisps are killed, I think there's plenty of time to get to the center because the golems have so much health and can't aim. The much bigger problem is the fact that enemies can and will spawn during phase 3. This comes down a lot to luck and will definitely force you to leave your safe spot on Mithrix in some runs. Both the Bandit and Huntress runs shown in this video had a golem spawn and managed to kill them, but that will not always be the case. The more damage you deal, the more you'll be able to get out of doing this strat. In this run, I even managed to get into the right position with the drawback from Huntress's ballista and get the hits off. This was super tight. I wasn't sure if it was possible, but it turns out it just barely is. This video doesn't cover every character or every way to do this. Go back to Cap's video if you want to see what characters can do this strat in the first place. Thank you for watching, everybody. Goodbye.